Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of StarCraft Inc. Today is an episode with Whitera. Oh, Whitera, the Papa Toss. I have not cast a game with him in a very, very long time, and I'm excited to do so because it is against Sjow, one of the Terrans that I like a lot, which I've cast 2 games from him recently, and he didn't do so well. He kind of got trounced, but that's okay because Sjow is dear to my heart, and this is one of my favorite maps ever, the Shattered Temple. Everybody who plays StarCraft has played this map at least once in their life. Come on, fellas. It's one of the free maps that you get with like that StarCraft starter set or whatever that anybody can play. You don't have to pay for the game, but whatever. And this is part of the Grubby Invitational. I've never heard of that tournament until finding these replays. I don't know if it's new. You guys tell me. Sure. I'll take your word for it, whatever you say. Grubby is, of course, a StarCraft player from Brood War, and I'd be interested to know if it's like a tournament that him specifically has, sponsored or put together for himself. I'd be impressed, because Grubby, he's a Protoss player, unbelievable micro, and just rocks my socks. But anyway, Whitera. This is an interesting matchup because Whitera is an unbelievably defensive player. He just builds himself into his little box so solid and turtles up in macros. And Sjow is a very aggressive, kind of goes in with the cheese, you know what I mean, with his Banshees and his Hellions and his mech play. And so I don't think that'll be effective against a player like Whitera. And in fact, this is kind of a redo of a match from DreamHack a long time ago. Sjow annihilated Huck in a 1v1 with like a 38 kill Banshee, and then Sjow went on to face Whitera and got stomped. So this is Sjow's chance to kind of come back and show us what he's made out of. Whitera going out with a forward probe. I don't know if it's just to take the watchtower, I suppose. Make sure there's no Marines on there. It's quite common for a Terran player to put a single Marine on the watchtower. And then once that Marine's there, it gets replaced by a Stalker because the Marine just doesn't stand a chance. Whitera going over here, just kind of scouting around for like proxy Raxes, proxy factories. It's a little early for a factory, as this factory is just finished, as you can see now. And over to the production tab, you see that Whitera is going Robo already. And this is so far looks like a build we've seen from Liquid Hero. Which is like a 1-gate Robo into 4-gate with Warp Prisms, which I love so much. But I'm surprised that he doesn't have the second gas. What the hero does is he gets that second gas, and he uses that to power through to get the Robo Bay early, and then he pulls his workers off the gas and kind of goes for a regular 4-gate style economy. But this is a very strange opening. I'm looking forward to what's going down, and it is that 4-gate from a Robo, and I love this play so much. And with the close air distance, it can really punish Sjow, and it doesn't look like Sjow is ready for any kind of Warp Prism play or drops or anything of that sort, because there's nothing here on this ledge to spot. No supply depot, no nothing, and there is a Hellion out on the map, clears that tower out. The probe did not stand a chance, and the Stalker almost getting revenge, but lots of Marines over here. And this is the Marine count and no Marauders, that tells you that there's either going to be like a really fast expansion or, oh Jesus, that Stalker not where he wanted to be. And it's a really big waste to lose your first Stalker like that. And there's the Warp Prism load up, a bunch of Zealots. Somehow, Sjow seems to be aware that something like this is going to happen. His Marines are right here, so close to this Warp Prism, but I don't even think he knew. I think he just got lucky, and a Hellion plus Marines is not a good thing for the Zealots, and the Warp Prism got focused down right away, and here comes that Banshee. This is Sjow's legendary unit right here, and I don't know if it can do any damage. There are Stalkers here, 2 of them, and yeah, right away it gets thwarted away by the Stalkers. So, what was I saying before we saw that Stalker die a horrible death? I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, the bunch of Marines. That really signifies either an expansion, a really early expansion, or tech. A lot of players don't dump a lot into Marauders if they're going to get a super early expansion or any kind of other really heavy tech. But the double gas, man. You see that double gas, and that definitely yells I'm going to get... Oh, what are you... Whitera, I'm a little bit confused. I don't know why he would try this drop again. He's going to lose that Warp Prism with all the units inside it. And does go down. Sjow kills another Warp Prism. This is becoming expensive for Whitera. But yes, as I was saying, this double gas definitely signifies that an expansion is not the choice. And that's why we're seeing Banshees and tanks. And this really looks like that Terran 1-1-1 that so many Protoss players have so much trouble dealing with. Siege tech isn't even part of the build. We are going to see more Banshees and probably a Raven before Sjow decides to push out. And Whitera knows what's going on. He's not expanding. And if you expand against this build, you will die because you won't have enough to deal with what's coming your way. Sjow with another Banshee coming around the long way, and he will spot this tech from Whitera. He will see the Templar Archive, which my guess is... Well, I was going to say he probably is only getting those for feedback. The Storm would be good against the high number of wings. And Whitera puts a Stalker here, but it is not in range to deal with the Banshee. And finally, after killing 3 probes, that Banshee will back up, almost sniping a Templar. If it was left unchecked, it would have gotten the Templar. And it's too bad that feedback didn't go down on the Banshee. With 105 mana and only 90 health, that would have one-shot the Banshee. But Whitera not really paying attention. Immortals, man, after that +1 range buff, are so good against the Terran 1-1-1. But we're really looking at Whitera sitting on such a low unit count. Look at, here comes this massive push by Sjow. And is there anything Whitera can do? Look at the army tab right here, 725 and 550 to 2150 and 800. There's just not a chance in hell that Whitera can hold this. Not even with good force fields, not even with good storms. I mean, storm's not even on its way. He's simply got that feedback. And Immortal trying to snipe the tanks, and it is in good position to do so, but here comes the siege mode. Feedback going down on the Banshees, but he just doesn't have enough stuff. Sjow slowly trying to push up the ramp, but decides it's better to siege up right here and lock down Whitera's production. Morphing in Archons, which is a good choice, and those feedbacks did go to town. Siege tanks in position in the bottom, and no, Whitera cannot push into an engagement like this. Trying to set up bunkers, actually, which is interesting. Whitera microing as well, but Immortal almost goes down and lifts up into that Warp Prism, but the Marines trying to focus down the Warp Prism. A gateway goes down, and Whitera really running out of options here. Sjow is just tearing apart Whitera's production. He's going to lose a Cyber Core, which means no more Stalkers, which Stalkers don't even seem to be what Whitera's warping in. He's going for the Zealots, which is an odd choice to me. However, when the Zealots getting close to the Marines, the tanks do kill Marines, and Sjow takes this game from Whitera, ladies and gentlemen, pretty one-sidedly. I think Whitera's mistake was continuing to drop when it wasn't working. He lost so many units to that, and so many minerals worth of just Warp Prisms. That was his downfall. I think he had the right build, the right setup. He could have dealt with this if he had more units. But that's just my opinion, guys. I'm Mr. Senecarnum. You're watching StarCraft Inc. I'll cast Game 2 right about now. I'll see you guys later.